Well, good evening, all. I was going to be here with Brian, and there was Brian, and then he went, and then he vanished. So, no, Brian. I don't know. Hope he comes back someday. Well, I'm glad you're here, Brent. I mean, actually, really am glad. Which, by the way, I just wanted to say, I have the canned air. There's Brian. Brian's back. He's
Okay,
not
that was
frozen
weird.
now.
That was weird.
You've been missing the
Because
show.
even better was I came back and there was no QuaCk anymore.
Only Zool.
Only Zool. But I
It's
can add a destination now. Ooh.
Now you can add destinations. Oh, good. That's what we were hoping for. And like I said, just be nice because it's connected to my credit card. So,
I'm only gonna add one just to make sure.
and just as a side note, Brent, I think a lot of that dust is recent. I know that sounds really strange, but my fan, that forward fan, makes a lot of noise, and I've noticed that the way to shut it up is to spray air right on the fan, and that gets it from cavitating and then settles it in. So I think a lot of the dust comes from me hitting the fan and the fan spraying dust into the case. So he's
My
commenting.
God, it's streaming to Twitch.
Well, there you go.
It's
Welcome
streaming
all
to my
Brian's
Twitch.
Twitch followers.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
This is a big step right here.
Right? Well, and this makes it good because then your ownership of this is actually much higher, and I like that better. Like tomorrow night, I want to go over to Troy's house and watch The Boys, which is what we're probably going to go watch because the new season has started. But we don't watch that when my wife goes with us to Troy's house because she can't stand it. It's way over the top and it's not stuff. But
And I don't really care for the boys,
that's
so
totally fine. You don't got to. I haven't seen it yet, so you can't say anything. I haven't seen it because today was my Thursday, and Thursday is when I have to upload all of the data for my class to the Department of Motor Vehicles. And like all good state programs, it took frickin' forever because I've got 30 kids, and each one you have to click this. It says you don't have their number, so that you have to put in their number. Once you put in their number, it finds it in the database. Then you have to scroll through all of it. So I haven't seen Obi-Wan this week either. I haven't seen anything this week. I haven't done anything this week. Nothing. I've done nothing at all. So I haven't seen Strange New Worlds. I haven't seen Obi-Wan. I saw last week's Obi-Wan, but I didn't see
oh,
this week.
I saw a restaurant that I totally want to go to. I know it's at. I have to locate it, but it's called Obi-Wan Pierogi. I was like, I gotta find this place.
I was say that sounds like a place I need to see.
Eh,
I got some great feedback from teaching class.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, like little things. One of the kids was like, "Are you going to be my behind the wheel teacher?" And I'm like, "No, I don't do behind the wheel anymore. It hurts my back." And she was like, "Oh," like visibly sad. And I was like, "Oh, that's so sweet." I was like, "That's very
I'm
sweet of
still not
you."
doing it, but that was sweet.
Yeah, that was very sweet of you. And like, oh, and then there was one of the kids. She and I have been kind of talking through the class about like, anime here and anime there. And I had said at the very beginning of the class, I'm very non-conformist because I'm an open schooler, but also I taught in Japan. So I go by either Mr. Davis or Guy Sensei. And that here in America, of course, Guy Sensei is a character from Naruto, and she's a big Naruto fan. And so through the whole class, she's just been calling me, I did, and she was not sure. So it's that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll see. I said, if you do show up, go to the museum. And so anyway, as she was leaving, she was like, "See you later, Guy Sensei." And I was like, "Oh, that's so sweet." Because I don't expect anybody to ever call me Guy Sensei. Not here in America. One of my kids was like, "So did you learn to type or to write Ray that way?" And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Well, I took 3 years of Japanese, and so I was just wondering where you learned." I was like, "So you speak Japanese and you went through this entire class?" You didn't say anything. It was really funny. There was
Of course, that's the way it works.
there were some really good moments. I had one kid and she was a riot. And she was so cool because she was that kind of kid, the super outgoing, super happy sort of character. So she was like my lightning rod most of the time. I'm like, anytime like the manager would come in, "Is everything okay in here?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, everything but, Alex there." And she'd be like, "Yeah, I've just been it's been horrible what I've been doing to this class." And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And then, like, so at the end of the class, she's like, "I'm really gonna miss you." And I'm like, "I miss you too, dude." It's like, it was pretty cool.
That is neat.
Only get them for 4 days, which is kind of a bummer because I really kind of do get attached to these guys, you know? So anyway, we should crank up the tunes. I'm gonna do chill. Anyway, so tomorrow, Brent, I'll be with you during the day. And tomorrow we'll get back to like normal stuff. But I'm not up for normal stuff today. I just want to draw something because I haven't drawn in a while. I haven't drawn since I think Sunday. And boy, well, I think I came in here last night.
He looks over. He's like, "What are you doing?"
I don't know what you're doing. All right.
Oh, we're back to that thing.
Yeah. Well, okay. I gotta have this finished someday. It might as well be the thing I work on right now because it works,
Yeah.
And I'm not together and with it right now, so
There was something that I saw that I was going to mention to you, and now I've completely forgotten what it was. Yeah, my mind has been not so great lately.
I hear that. And by that, I mean, yes, I've noticed that your mind sucks, not mine. I'm not talking about me or anything.
Well, you have an excuse. You're doing classes all the time.
I have teenagers. Like I'm suffering from a bad case of teenagers.
I hate to say it, guy, but you got yourself a bad case of teenagers. Go sleep it off.
There's much we can do. We are kind of living in a post-apocalyptic future, aren't we?
Here's your problem. You're retarded. Go sleep it off.
I am actually looking forward to not waking up at any major time tomorrow. I'm getting up at like 9 or close to 9 so I can just do my show, and that's all I got to do is just walk in here.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. Man, not having to go to a classroom, not having to prep the class. I do I love being a teacher, though. I've got to admit, I really do like that. Love the kids.
Now, you know what's weird is I've become really sensitive to the things I say. I feel actually kind of bad that I was quoting Jan Vasquez just a second ago, and I actually feel really bad about quoting it.
Why? I love Jonah Vasquez.
And it's from his Quasar Art Collective.
In reference to my teenagers?
No, the line, here's your problem, you're retarded, go sleep it off.
Oh.
Like, I don't know, that put a weird feeling in my mouth when I did it.
Well, it's off color enough that maybe, we're kind of like, I can see that.
I'm getting older, oh God. I'm taking other people into account.
What? Just becoming all liberal over there on me.
I know.
It's horrible.
They stick me in a new congressional district, and look what happens to me.
All right. I have a hair brush. I think that's funny. It's a brush that makes hair.
Well, it's better than a hair brush.
It is true.
I do like that. I have this running gag of her transforming, and it's so pink, everybody has to comment on it.
Yeah. So I did order a new set of fans, but I haven't ordered memory because Brent and I were talking about memory. Which reminds me, Brent, now that you know that there is a single stick in the computer, not you. Now you know there is indeed a single stick of DDR4 RAM, 32 gigabyte DDR4 RAM in slot 2 of this. The question that I have is, I did actually find last night on Amazon, after scrolling, I found one dealer that had one single 32 gigabyte DDR4 RAM that's the same thingy. But my question was, I can't put anything in slot 4. It's underneath the fan housing. So slot 4 is a loss. So knowing that slot 2 is dual and slot 1 and 3 is going to be single, should I just go get two 16s and put them on either side of the 32 and leave it? Or should I go get another 32 and move the one that's in there into slot 1 and get the other 32 and put it in slot 3? Knowing that that's going to put all of that system down lower. Which do you think? Because I trust that Brent knows what he's talking about. I usually trust that that's a thing.
And I really hope that Brent isn't still in your computer as a stick.
Right? Brent has an issue there. He's got to get out of there, man. So that's the better choice, you think? Will I get better performance out of it that way? Because I can place that right now.
Dang.
Those channels are definitely 1 and 3 are black color, and 2 and 4 are gray, a dark gray, kind of like a blue gray, and there is no manual with my motherboard. So there's that.
Dang, I like pink, and yet you could weaponize that transformation.
Yeah, like I said, I could find it on Amazon. I'm sure if I walked down and went to Micro Center, it'd probably be okay. But Micro Center's in frickin' Aurora, and that would eat up one of 3 days that I've got, Can't rightfully blame your mom for her commentary on that one.
What?
Yeah, this one. Does this one still need to be cycled?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
We are out of fresh litter, so I couldn't do it.
Ah. We need to decide not to go through that line. Hang on, guys.
Hi. You're locked in here with me. Okay.
Sorry about that.
Welcome back.
Thanks. Welcome back to the stage of history.
I think because we've seen her transform, I don't need to go into another full color page of her transforming. What? Do that. Oh. Great.
What? Does the timing on chips like alter and change between the same chip with the same numbers Like, is the timing on this chip, 400.326 and the next one 400.914, so they don't match? Or is that no, this one's, X number of gigahertz and that one's an X number of gigahertz? That's the question I've got.
And he needs to know the answer, and now.
No, I don't need to know the answer now, but while I've got Brent on the line, nobody knows as much about this as Brent does. So I'm gonna pick his brain while I got him here. He's the expert on site. So, and since he's a nice fella and he's a nice buddy and he's being nice to you and me, I'm happy to ask all these questions. So there. No, I get that. What I'm asking is, if I buy a G.Skill Snurgleblatt 463 Beedly Bop Doot Doot Doot, and it's exactly the same as the G.Skill Snurgleblatt Boodly Beep Deep Deep Doop Doop that's in the PC, does that mean that they will be at the same time, or are you saying that some chips come off the assembly line slightly slower and some chips come off the assembly line slightly faster, and therefore I need to try to get as close as possible to matching that? Yeah, I get that. That wasn't what I was asking. Because well, yeah, but I mean, so this is a G.Skill 2020 October. Oh, good night. You scared me.
Sorry.
G.Skill 2020 October OL1B222242 1.35 volt Intel XMP 2.0 ready chip. The serial number of 04266XS820M. And the question is that significant? Or
you're screwed already. No.
Right? Or if I just get a G.Skill Ripjaws DDR4 133 megahertz, will it match? Will that be the fine? That's what I'm trying to kind of get to. I know he's like, it's hard to explain over there. And I'm like, I just need to know, if I buy the thing that's exactly the same, is it going to actually be different? I've noticed that happens a lot with computers these days. Okay, that's what I want to know. Because that I can do. I was more concerned that what he was saying was, well, this chip was made in the batch in October, and so it's slightly slower than the batch that came out in November. So you want to get close to the batch that was made in October. Okay, good. That's, you know how computer things go. It's like, you could, not you. I'm so sad. I was so sad. You didn't talk to me. That's always my thought, was like, sometimes things are created and they're like, what? You got the batch that was made in yeah, that batch is so slow. Whoa, I didn't know they were different batches. They were different batches. Okay, so if I get the exact same item, it'll match. That's what I found. The exact same item out there, one chip, and it was out there, and so I'm able to just repeat the existing chip. But that does mean that okay, good. But that does mean that both of them are going to leave. I'm going to have both of them leaving the dual core or the dual speed or whatever that is, the dual spot in favor of the non-dual spot. Dual channel, yeah. So
bring up my pen. Does my pen have it?
Yep, I get that. That's what I'm saying. So that was the earlier question I had, which was, would it be better to get two 16s and put it on either side and still use one of those 32 sitting in the dual channel? Or is it better to take the 32 out of the dual channel and put it in the single channel and put the other 32 in the other single channel? Because I can't access the second dual channel. There's no room in there. I can't get to it. So if that's not a benefit, then I'm not going to worry about it. That's what I'm asking. So, hear me out on this one. Actually, you know what? I keep talking and I should be drawing. I don't know why I'm not drawing. I do better talking with drawing, and I think that I will get my point across better to my dear and beloved friend. So, let's zoom in right here. Okay. So, option 1. Option 1.
Dance party. Dance off.
Work. Work, work, work. Work, work, work. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 is out no matter what we do. Option 1 is to put 32 here and 32 here. Option 2, same thing, but instead it's 32 here and 16 here. This is the dual, but I can't use this dual because it's under there. This is single. Which one of these two options is our best option? 1 or 2? 1 puts a 32, but this is dual 32s, but they're both in the singles. And nothing in the dual. Or do I put a 32 in the dual and put the two 16s in the singles? That's what I'm after. Option 1 is better. Okay, good. Then that is the way we will go. I just wanted to make sure that this wasn't one of those, oh, but this 32 in the dual is going to run faster than this 32 in the single and is a better option, or yada, yada, yada. Whatever. Okay, cool. Thank you. I think I finally have now sussed out what we're doing.
And that's when Guy knew he fucked up.
Nah. I can put in memory. The only thing that messes with me is all of the new rules that go with memory, but I can snap memory chips in. That's not a problem. Thank you, Brent, by the way. Appreciate it. I appreciate you so very much. Just in case I ever need her ears, I probably should at least have them out there. Hey there, Donald. Good to have you with us on the show. And you have dodged the entire discussion about memory. I'm putting new memory in my PC.
Hi, Donald. It's been a fun conversation.
And by that, he means it hasn't been fun at all.
I'm just over here drawing.
Why am I not picking up the colors? What's going on?
Where have all the colors gone?
Well, like, I'm not picking up the nominal color. I don't know what's going on here. It's like the brush is acting funny, right? Because, like, here I've selected this dark color here, and it's coming out like this, like a gray.
Huh.
So something's set funny, like it's set to blend in a weird way.
Or you're pressing a hotkey somewhere.
Yeah, or something is going south on this. I'm not sure what's happening.
I've run into that several
I know.
times.
This is the problem. There we go. Okay. There we go.
Okay. I like that. Okay.
Get a brushed up brush. I'm just putting in blocks now. Blocking in all of my larger parts of this. This is my character for D&D. I'm doing this because I'm not quite in the mind to do work on the actual stuff that we got to do work on tonight, because I've been working in a classroom all week. And I do have to do this, but I really feel like I want to do something, but I don't want to risk messing up the comic book that I've been working on for so long. So we're going to do this for right now. Till I get back into form. Which will be tomorrow. I mean, it's
okay,
not like
so
I'm
it reads the same. Got it.
Also, Brian is broadcasting to his folks now, which is great.
Yay! Finally.
Good night, Brent. Yeah, I know. Sometimes you need an art break from an art break. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow, Brent. I'll be up at 9 and we'll get back to work. We'll get back in here and we'll be doing real work tomorrow. I'll feel better after I've had a good night's sleep and been able to rest for a little bit.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do that right now.
Come on. We're not doing that. She's not naked. We're just putting in the body underneath the armor so that I do the armor correctly. It's not like
Well, and also you don't want to do that on air anyways.
No, probably would be a bad idea. Nipple piercings might be
Yeah, Twitch would have a heart attack over that.
Oh yeah. I've already had them ban me once from putting the naked maquettes up here. That was so funny. It was successful, Donald. Just want you to know how much we appreciate you being you. Thank you for being you.
Yeah, apparently they've really been cracking down on stuff recently. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They've been going after the streamers that like even write sexual content type stuff.
Right.
They've been going after that, so.
You mean write sexual content on their shows?
Their chat.
Oh, so if you write the content in the chat, the show gets banned?
Yeah, you can get banned. Like some of the stuff I've been hearing about what they've been doing has been crazy.
Sounds terrible. We're artists. These are all things that occur in our real world. I'm getting so tired of prudishness. It's so absolutely aggravating. All right. I feel like now at least we have an idea of how big this body will be, and it doesn't look quite as creepy once you put the rest of the body in. That's fair. I do feel like, yeah, and by people I've noticed that Joni Brocious is one of them.
Huh?
Sometimes you can see through Joni Brocious's clothing.
I don't know who that is.
She's a cosplayer, but she's a cosplayer who routinely is on the much more. Well, she's got like an OnlyFans site and yada 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 yada. So, like, she's
one of
on
those.
that side of cosplay, but I've been following her since before that was her thing, because she's actually she's a nerd and she's cool and I like her, you know. And this is her thing. She's into it. She didn't do it because she needs money. She didn't do it you know what I mean? Like, she didn't do it because she was desperate. She did it because it turns her on and she's happy. And I'm like, you know what? That's cool. It's up to you, man. You do you. And she is. She's a happy puppy. And so, you know, she can be a happy puppy all she wants. I'm good with it.
Yep.
As long as nobody's forcing her to do it, we're fine. It's kind of one of those things I think people misunderstand about me. It's like, Donald's feeling defensive suddenly. Wait a minute. Did I just admit that I go looking for naked people on the web?
I mean,
as with Johnny Brocious, if that's your shtick, I don't care. We're fine. That's fine. That's like the big thing with one of my buddies. It's his thing. He's got like big collections and stuff like that. Okay, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. That's what he wants to do. It's fine. Not my style, but I'm okay with it. But I also feel like that's a style. You know what I mean? Like, that's a thing people do, not a dysfunction or an evilness, or, you know what I mean? Like, there's, it's what you do. I like Star Trek. I like Star Trek ships. That's a style. It's a thing I do. See? That's a style. I can dig that. I won't do the same thing, but I totally respect it. And I think it's actually somewhat disgustingly adorable, but that's just me. Using the Stargate writers.
Huh?
Donald wants to remake Buck Rogers using Stargate writers. Okay, but here's the deal, Donald. If you do that, you got to bring back the Starfighter.
The last Starfighter?
Like the kick-assest ship that ever existed. I don't think I have my Starfighters over here. I don't have my Starfighters. Are they over here?
looks really good. Hold on.
I'm looking for starfighters. Unfortunately, I think I'm looking for starfighters in all the wrong places.
If I was only recording Guy right now, I could drop a techno album with him just saying, "I'm looking for starfighters."
In all the wrong places.
Got that page just on.
In here is like, this is all of my one box of very valuable things. But I love this. This is my original Game Science 100 cider. Hawk's ship was pretty cool. So the original golf ball, guys. Check that out. Isn't that nice? And it actually is. It says on the side, it's a Zachihedron. It even says it. In this bag, or this box, I even carry like one of the original diapers for my kid, except not used, obviously. But because I always try to remember that he was once this big.
I have many questions.
It's not a used diaper, guys. And I don't even know if this will still work, but this is a TV set from back in the day. And you'd look right here and it would, you'd tune in television stations. My grandpa gave me this.
Probably doesn't work now that everything switched to HD.
Yeah, odds are good, but I keep it because it's got a story and it's my story.
Mm-hmm.
My original copy of the VHS copy of The Cage. The cool part about this one is, this is something that like not many people know about, is that these original ones, and this was from 1986, they didn't have a clean color copy of it. So some of it is just in black and white because they had a test print, and that was the only thing they had from the whole episode was one black and white print. So anything that was in the episode The Menagerie, they just edited in over top of it. So it would go from black and white to color to black and white. So the black and white parts are the part that nobody had ever seen before. It was never aired. This is a duplicate of the phone that I had in Japan. It's kind of cool. So I went to a Vodafone store before we left, and they were phasing out the model of my phone. And so they had all these mock-ups, and they were going to throw them away. And I'm like, hey, that's the exact same model as my phone. And they were like, you want it? And I was like, yeah. So I snagged one that was identical to the model of my phone there, which is cool. So this isn't a real phone. There's no electronics in it at all. It's just a mock-up. But I love this. Speaking of, here's my driver's license. Kind of cool. That's my Gaijin card. This is my foreigner card. And here's my bank card. You can steal stuff from my bank.
So, two people at a Mars factory in Pennsylvania had to be rescued from a tank of chocolate after falling in.
Okay.
Like, after being dipped, were they coated in a candy shell?
They'll never eat an M&M again. This is my container full of Transformers. But some of them are really, really small.
There you go.
Right?
We should get back to drawing.
I should, but I've gotten into this. So here's my Optimus Prime. And here's my mini Optimus Prime. Very, very wee. Okay, I'll get this. You're like, now you're going down memory lane. This isn't so good. Certainly not as exciting.
I mean, it can be. But
Yep.
you have to do that in doses, you know?
right? By the way, as a side note, I might like Bumblebee. I sort of have a thing about Bumblebee.
Oh, okay then.
Bumblebee's the best. But this is my original Bumblebee when I was a kid. He's still with me. He even still has his stickers. He's missing his Autobot sticker, though. Okay, I'm putting all my Transformers away. Man, though, as a side note, Astro Train was like a big deal for me. Getting Astro Train. Yeah, Bumblebee is awesome. Nobody, not Bumblebee. This became a moment of searching through stuff. I probably should close this, otherwise George will be in here within minutes. There's George. All right. Back to work, slave.
So, I had someone the other day on Facebook, and he was trying to troll.
You?
No.
Just trolling in general?
He was trolling in general, and he was trying to troll furry artists. And he did this like meme of, hiring a furry artist to draw a human character. I looked at it and I responded and I went, okay, I don't see the issue here. That's what a client wants. That's what I'm going to draw.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, because I have a furry picture in the corner, it's like I completely took the wind out of his sails and he deleted the post. It's like, well, that didn't do what I wanted it to.
I don't know why people have to, as my wife say, yuck people's yums. I keep thinking about this with the Star Trek guys. Why do you have to yuck people's yums, What difference does it make? You like furry? You don't like furry? I don't care.
Because some people are weird like that, you know?
And the only thing I can think of is, and maybe it's just because I've seen this as a function, people try to shame people so that they will be nominal.
Could be.
The van goes. Should have brought out my GoBots for that joke. And I think that comes from either being shamed, which is entirely plausible, you know, as a child or whatever. Every time they tried to do something, they were shamed for it. You know, that's actually really, I don't have an or. I had an or with that, but then I was like, no, actually, I think that's just pretty much it right there is, you know, they were shamed.
Yeah.
And that was part of the problem, was that they were shamed into doing the right thing for society, or, you know,
whatever that person thought.
Yeah,
was the right
whatever
thing.
their dad was upset with them for not doing. I didn't think you did.
Huh?
He's like, he doesn't have any problems with our drawings. And I was like, I don't think you're not our problem there.
Yeah.
Quite the contrary, Donald. You're one of our favorite people. We love having you around.
But there are some people that, like, and I guess I kind of get the most of it because I'm in several different groups of fandoms at once. And so I feels like I'm constantly getting the shit from all of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, it's that line of the nail that sticks up gets hammered down.
Yeah.
And that's a very Japanese saying, but I think you can apply it to lots of different cultures.
The nail that sticks up will be hammered down. It's a very interesting saying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, speaking of tieflings. I'm looking at pictures from D&D just to kind of get an idea of what's the style kind of going for here. D&D is more popular than ever. Yeah, but I've been playing it for longer. Which owl bears. Nice.
God, you can't get much more Marvel than that face.
Yeah.
That's the other thing, is I've been challenging myself more, trying to break my style by trying other styles,
Pushing out of it.
Well, not just pushing out of it, but just pushing it.
Mhm.
There's nothing wrong with a manga style. In fact, I think a lot of people who crap on it don't understand the power of it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I personally think manga style sucks. And anybody who uses manga style, they're just hacks.
Yeah.
Total hacks. There is no benefit whatsoever to manga style. I'm just saying.
What's that line, that misattributed line to Miyazaki? The anime was a mistake. You've seen that, right?
Oh, maybe. But since it's misattributed, I won't give it any time. They won't give it the time of day, you know.
Yeah. But anyways, it's the one that everybody latches onto when they try to put down manga and anime style, and he never even said it.
Mm-hmm. Even Miyazaki said.
Yeah.
Yes, I wanted to see Maverick very badly. I actually am a fan of Top Gun. So
I was, for the longest time, I loved Top Gun. I'm not a fan of Tom Cruise, particularly after all of the antics he pulled and all of the hurt he's
I'm not going to see
caused.
Tom Cruise. Just
Yeah.
so we're all clear, I'm going to see FA-18s.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I have a very specific thing I'm after. I'm looking for FA-18s, and I don't know if they're still. Were there any F-14s in that, Donald? You can spoil that little bit for me, because I'm going to go there and watch F-14s if there are F-14s. But I know that I saw FA-18s, so I have a. It's like everything I do. I totally like when I went to watch Pacific Rim. I enjoyed every frame of that movie, and people were like, "But it was stupid," and I'm like, "Are you kidding me? I went there to watch big robots beat on kaiju. I got
Big robots beating
I got
on
big
kaiju.
robots beating on kaiju. I was a happy puppy." There were no plots. I knew that there wouldn't be any plots. I'm okay with that. I don't have any problem with this. Good. 3 or 4 different aircraft that I'll be into. That's what I'm after, man. It's what I'm after. The technicality here is I'm not going to watch Tom Cruise. I couldn't care less about Tom Cruise. What I'm going for is the FA-18s. And Donald knows me well. I'm noticing because he's like, "You gotta go watch it. They're FA-18s." And I'm like, yes. So the Super Hornet and the Hornet are both like, that's always been sort of, in a way, it's always been kind of my baby. I love that plane so much. It's one of the best all-around fighters that the Navy uses and employs, and it's a very versatile aircraft. But on top of that, it's just pretty. So very, very pretty. I mean, like, I have loves for loves that go for multiple aircraft. The AV-8B is one of my favorite aircraft too, because it's freaking weird. Just a weird little airplane. But I love it. It's a weird little airplane that I love a lot. I just love the fact, though, that he knows me so well as to know that I need to see this movie because of the airplanes.
Okay, this is like completely outside of how I normally draw. Like, holy crap. Guy.
Oh, I like
Take
that
a-
piece. I like that piece a lot.
But it's completely outside what I would normally do.
Mm-hmm. So, the thing about Top Gun is it was a Jerry Bruckheimer film, as I recall. And so I'm kind of curious. Part of its success was that it was a Jerry Bruckheimer film, you know?
Though I still want to see Prey. That movie
Nope. I mean, I want to see it, but I'm going to have to watch it. I can already tell I'm going to have to watch that movie with all the lights on, hiding under a blanket.
And it's going to be fantastic. Oh, did you see that Junji Ito has announced a new anthology called Maniac?
No. Oh, God. Speaking of horror things, you got stopped by the police? Don't do that. Bro. As my kid would say, brah. Yeah, I know, right? You're not lying. You need some perpetual motion engines?
What was that?
I don't know. Trying to figure out where that was. Oh, you're talking about gas prices? Yeah, no, we've already got something better. Go get an electric. I'm like, that's what we've done. We just switched to the electric.
Yo, my mom has a hybrid, so we've been driving that mostly, and my gasoline powered car has been not getting a lot of love lately because it's expensive.
Right? Yeah, and that's the truth.
I like that a little more though.
Way too much fun with this background. I'm just saying.
I mean, so is Pepper going to be able to make the night shows, or is he only going to be on days?
I don't know. I mean, I'll switch back to days and nights once I'm done with my next rotation. But it is still kind of like, I don't know, it's... Yeah, we will never see flying cars, even when we do have the technology for that.
seems a touch high. That's a bit better.
Yep. Folks that wear that size of shirt, though, don't give them up very easily.
Huh?
Because they're hard to find. He was saying he was having a hard time finding 4X or 5X shirts. I was saying it's hard for people don't give up those shirts very easily.
They're gonna be that annoying one off to the side. Okay, got it.
That's fair. Strange orange tie.
I remember this argument was years ago that people hated, that artists specifically hated drawing cell phones because it was just a rectangle in the hands.
That's funny. Actually, a reason like it for exactly that reason. One less thing I have to mess with.
Well, and they liked how graphic a
Flip phone?
a telephone was, like a regular telephone. But I don't know. The cell phones now have gotten to the point where they're very interesting to draw.
They've got all these little widgets and things like that inside it.
they're almost more interesting to draw now. And even back then it was like, it's kind of a poor excuse for not wanting to draw a cell phone.
Yeah. Now we have decided to do a different thing, which makes my lighting totally different. See you later. Feel better, Donald.
See you, Donald. You have a nice night.
I'm going to try cause some trouble here. Let's see what happens.
Oh no.
Kind of digging into the planes up here of her face.
I'm not shocked by this.
You're not shocked by what? The trouble I'm causing, or something you're doing?
I'm looking up swimsuit designs for this character, and they have a two-piece female bikini done in Deku's hero costume style.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's
Doesn't shock me either.
Like, I'm not shocked by this. I'm humored by it more than anything else, but it's like, come on. And apparently bland is in style.
Somehow this does not in the least surprise me.
Okay, I like that one. I'm gonna go with that one. That one's fun.
That's what we're looking for. Oh yeah, that's the ticket. That's what we're looking for.
What?
The lighting. Now we're heading into the correct lighting. The values that I'm looking for here. Light up the side of her face. It's interesting how scary she is without when it's just her face. As soon as I add a torso in like this, she looks a whole lot less scary. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
a very big thing. Which is why, even though this isn't the final body that I'm after for her, I mean, it's the right shape, but this is just blocked in. It still looks a whole lot better.
I am so glad I found that as a swimsuit. That is so fun. I like that people are getting very, very different drawings out of us tonight.
Yeah. That was a horror show.
What?
Turning off the face.
Oh.
Yeah. Wah. Wah. Yeah, we're gonna have to go through at some point in time. But I'm noticing these brush strokes that are out here on the side. They look really nice. She looks nicer with short hair, I think. So I'm gonna cut her hair short on the next pass. So I'm probably gonna just kill the hair layer altogether at this moment. I'll come back in and put it together in a minute. That's it, at least for the moment.
God, it's almost midnight already.
Time sure is fun when you're having flies. I'm getting closer and closer and closer. I feel like I'm kind of hammering in this body shape so that it fits. Hit and save. This is going to take forever. So I am doing color theory on this. We're taking planes of the body and lighting it up with the torch that's clearly to the left, and the planes of the body, and lightening it up with the moon that's clearly to the right. And so that's what we're kind of doing here, if you're wondering, for those of you who are watching from home. It's going to give me an effect of a bright yellow or a warm color to the left and a cool color to the right, which is really what I'm kind of after. And I'll put a lot more in on the top of this as we get closer and closer and closer, but I think it's about time. I don't want to put too much detail into her body until I put her armor on, because what's the point of detailing out parts of the body that are covered by armor? It makes no sense. So we will do that as time goes on, but I'm pretty proud of the background. Looks cool, and the foreground's looking great. That's the end of my tea, so we're now we'll save these. And she's an interesting looking tiefling, though. Look at that. That's kind of cool.
There she is.
Well, about ready to call it for the night, my friend?
Yep, just about putting on
The Ritz?
some final few strokes for the background of this.
I like that picture a lot.
That came out so...
Save it.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't it suck if we lost it now?
Hell no.
Okay, I'm back here at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. You'll probably join me about a little later on at like 10 or so.
Yeah.
I figure so.
I even like the little head looking over in the background, like, come on, put the phone down and get in the pool already.
Right? Stop glamming. Get in the pool. Okay, I'm going to bed. See you in the morning.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.